What's up YouTube, Day Heavens of Wargames, bringing you, as you can see, a updated Dark World deck profile. Now, believe it or not, Dark World did get some support in Code of the Duelist in the form of a trap. Now, me personally, I would prefer the trap to have been a spell maybe, just for those times that you don't win the dice rolls or you don't get to go second. However, a trap is still very, very good for the deck because it turns any monster effect your opponent controls into the effect of discarding one random card from your hand, which helps you kind of excel their effects, because each Dark World monster kind of gets, well, 9 times out of 10 Dark World monsters get 2 effects. One when it's sent from your sent by your opponent's card effect, and one when it's sent by your effect or just discarded in general. So a trap helps you unlock the deck a bit more and get their effects off more consistently and getting their second effects more easily. Without further ado, let's crack straight into the deck. Now, the deck is It's relatively fun. I really enjoy it. It's an old style meta deck. It's not going to be able to compete with like the heights of you know, the current meta at the moment with Drakers and that, but it's still a very fun deck to get hold of and play. Anyway, we start off with Triple Graph, Dragon Lord of Dark World. This is kind of your main deck boss monster. You special summon this card from your graveyard by returning one face-up Dark World monster you control to the hand, except itself. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, target one card your opponent controls, destroy that target. Then, if this card was discarded from your hand to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, so this is where the trap comes in, you get to look at one random card from your opponent's hand. Then, if it was a monster, you special summon it to your side of the field. So it's very cool. You kind of get to steal your opponent's stuff, and that's where the trap makes this a bit more viable. Triple of Huntsman of Dark World. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, you draw one card, plus another card if this card was discarded from your hand to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect. So again, it gives you a double draw under the new trap. Triple Snow, unlike of Dark Worlds. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, and if it is discarded from your hand to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, add one Dark World card from your deck to your hand, then special summon the target, if any, face-up defense position. So, you get to add the Dark World card regardless when this is discarded, but if it's done by your opponent's card effect, again, the trap, you get to revive one of your opponent's graveyard monsters, which is pretty badass itself. Triple Beige, Vanguard of the Dark World. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, special summon it from the graveyard. So that's very straightforward, no double effect, that's how it is. I played 2 gold, Warlord, or however you want to pronounce it, of Dark World. If this card is discarded from the hand to the graveyard by a card effect, it special summon this card to your side of the field. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, you select up to 2 cards on your opponent's side of the field and destroy them. Our last Dark World is Silver, Warlord of the Dark Worlds. If it's discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, you special summon it from the graveyard. Then if it was discarded from your hand to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, your opponent returns exactly 2 cards from their hand to the bottom of their deck. Now the reason I only place it at 1 is because it's not up to 2. If your opponent doesn't have 2 cards in their hand, the effect's going to fizzle. 9 times out of 10 they probably are, but just to be safe. The non-Dark Worlds, we play Trance Archfiend. Now I really like this card because it helps you kind of revive some of your banished cards back to your hand. You discard one Fiend type monster as well, so it helps you get their effects off a bit more consistently, and it gains 500 attacks, so it goes up to a 2k beta. And then if it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you target one of your banished dark monsters and add it to your hand. One obviously play the 1 Tour Guide because it is at 1 and it's insanely good in the Fiend deck, because then it can combo off with Skarm, and it can also combo off with Fiendish Rhino Warrior. Obviously Skarm gets an end phase effect to search any of your Fiends, and then Fiendish Rhino protects all your Fiends as well. 9 times out of 10, when you're playing this play, you're going into Levier, and you're starting to revive some of your banished cards anyway. Non-Dark World monsters, we play Maxi, and I play Triple Blackwing Gofu. Now, I'm only playing Triple while we can. The reason I'm playing Gofu is because it's easy discard fodder if you do not want to get rid of any of these. 9 times out of 10 you really do. It's easy allure target. It's also a straight into a Deco Talker, a Link Spider, and a Proxy Dragon if you want any kind of combo of those. And it kind of helps out the deck. It's not necessity. You can easily take him out and play in like 3 of anything else you want. You can bump your Trances up, you can bump your Skarms up. It's really up to you on that one. I just think when you've got a deck that, you know, it's a 1 card, get you probably it can go up to a maximum of 3800 beta in Deco Talker. It's very good to play. Plus when he serves multiple purposes as a discard fodder and a lore target as well. So that's it for the monsters. you could probably easily take them out for hand traps as well if you want to boast up. I tried to keep this as cheap as I possibly could, so I've kind of kept it around budget value, but it depends on how much each of the Dark World monsters kind of goes for. Now onto the spells. Triple dragged down into the grave. Both players reveal their hands, discard one card from their opponent's hand, and then draw one. So, triple Dark World dealings, again, draw one, ditch one. Triple the gates of the Dark World. All fiends gain 300 attack and defense, and then you banish one once per turn. You banish one fiend type monster from your graveyard, discard one fiend type monster, and draw one card. And then we play the one terraforming for that one. And then we play double Allure of Darkness. You can easily play 3 of this. Entirely up to you. If you are going to play 3 of this, you'll probably cut. I'll get to the trap in a minute. So we play the one Eradicator Epidemic Virus because we can only play 1, but it's still incredibly strong in the deck. And then we play triple Dark World Brainwashing. This is the brand new trap. I would have loved to have seen it in Super because you've got Graph in the background, and it probably would have popped really, really nicely. And then you've got Riku Lightsworn in the forefront. If you cut this down to 2, play Allure at 3. The reason I play this 3 is because I just want to see its consistency. It's not once per turn, which is awesome. It really depends on how many face-up Dark Worlds you have. So when an opponent's monster activates this effect, if you have 3 or more cards in your hand, except during a damage step, you can target one Dark World monster on the field, return it to the hand, and if you do activate the effect, the activated effect becomes discard one random card from your opponent's hand. So it's kind of, you can loop this as many times as you want, depending on how many face-up monsters you have and how many cards you have in your hand. So it's a give all take all kind of moment, but it is a nice addition to the deck. So it's definitely helped out Dark Worlds and made them a little bit more relevant now. Not massively, but still. I mean, it's just like, you know, activate Trident, cool. Chain that, use effects. Trident's no longer popping your stuff. Even though you're bouncing something back, you're then discarding a card anyway, and you'll get double effects off of those. Now to the extra deck. So we play the one Link Spider, the one Proxy Dragon, and the one Deco Talker. They're your options with Gofu. I play the one Cyframe Lord Omega and the one Stardust Dragon. So I've tried to keep this as budget as I want. If you wanted to put more money into it, you can put a Bills of Diabolical Dragons in it. This is another use for Gofu. I mean, obviously Gofu, you can turn one of the tokens into a Link Spider, and then you can turn 2 monsters into a Proxy Dragon if you want. But Gofu can then be used with one of your level 3s to go into either of these 2 guys, which again, everyone knows that these are great monsters because they can go from the extra monster zone to the main monster zone. On to the XYZs, play the one Levier, the Sea Dragon. You can play Dante if you want, but that has gone up in price, and like I said, I've tried to keep it as cheap as I possibly can. You can easily play Levier at 2 as well. Then we play a little rank 4 engine, Abyss Dweller, Tornado Dragon, and Castel, the Sky Blast Musketeer. And then on to our level 8s, we play the Heretic Sun Dragon Overlord Heliopolis, Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon, Galaxy Eyes Full Armor, Alzi, the Sylvian High Protector, Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand, number 23 Lancelot, and number 22 Zombie Stein. Now 22 Zombie Stein is just there mainly for a big 4500 beta. These are quite a lot of level 8s, but the ability to try and recycle your graph isn't that much of an issue. You can play some rank 5s in here, but with Dark Worlds you don't really need to worry too much about the extra deck, especially when you're playing the trap card and focusing on the trap card, because the main use for that is to, you know, you want to keep your hand advantage to be able to recycle that, so you don't want to be doing too much. Anyway, that is it for the Dark World deck profile update. I hope this gives you old school fans of Dark Worlds a couple of ideas and like a basis to tweak yours, maybe upgrade yours, change it around a bit, and just see what the usage of the trap is. Again, I've tried to keep it as budget as I can. I reckon you can get this easily below 50 odd quid, I would like to say, because I think like a playset of each of these are anywhere from about £5 to £8, I think. Golds aren't a lot, you can pick them up in gold, believe it or not. Gofus, Maxis, all this stuff again is really, really cheap because they've had so many reprints. So I reckon you can easily get, especially with these as well, if you take out any of the higher ones like Tornado Dragon, if you want to drop that down you can. The rest of these have all had so many prints. Take out the Felgrand, you don't desperately need him as a level 8. You can obviously play number 38, I believe it is, Hope Harbinger Dragon as well. So it depends on how much you want to put in and how much you want to get back out of it. But I would like to safely say this is a £50 or less budget deck. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share for more of these budget decks and more general decks as a whole. And like, comment, subscribe, share. Until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling. If you like that video, why not check out our other videos available? We've got more deck profiles, pack openings, and of course duels. And don't forget to click on the most important button of all, that subscribe button, right in the bottom left hand corner.